Think about one of your earliest memories. Not just what happened, but what it feels like. Where are you? Who's standing beside you? What can you hear? Maybe you can even remember the smell of the room. It feels real, solid, almost as if you could step back into that moment. Now imagine discovering that part of it never actually happened. Not because someone lied to you, not because you forgot, but because your own brain quietly changed it. Without asking, without warning. If that sounds impossible, you're not alone. For centuries, people believed memory worked like a camera. Life happened. The brain recorded it. Later, we simply played it back. It seems obvious. After all, if you remember something clearly, why would you ever question it? But modern psychology tells a very different story. Memory isn't a recording. It's a reconstruction. Every experience is stored in fragments. A face, a voice, a feeling, a sound, the meaning you gave that moment. Then, every time you remember it, your brain gathers those fragments and builds the memory again. It feels identical, but it isn't. Imagine borrowing a book from a library. Before returning it, one reader changes a single sentence. The next reader changes another, then another. Years later, everyone believes they're reading the original story, even though it has been quietly rewritten dozens of times. That's remarkably similar to how memory works. Every time you revisit the past, you don't simply open an old file. You rewrite a small part of it. The strange part is, your brain never tells you it made an edit. The newest version simply becomes the one you believe has always been true. It sounds impossible, until someone decided to test it. In 1974, psychologist Elizabeth Loftus conducted one of the most influential memory experiments ever performed. Volunteers watched the exact same footage of a traffic accident. Afterward, one group was asked, "How fast were the cars going when they hit each other?" Another group heard a nearly identical question. "How fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other?" Only one word changed. The video never did. Yet the people who heard the word "smashed" consistently estimated higher speeds. Some even remembered seeing broken glass on the road. There wasn't any. One word had quietly become part of the memory itself. Psychologists call this the misinformation effect. New information introduced after an event can become woven into what we genuinely believe happened. Not because people are careless, not because they're dishonest, because memory was never designed to preserve every detail. It was designed to build meaning. That explains something almost everyone has experienced. Two people leave the same conversation, yet remember it differently. Neither may be lying. Each noticed different details, felt different emotions, attached different meaning to the same moment. By the time an experience becomes a memory, it has already become personal. At first, that sounds like a flaw. But imagine remembering every face you've ever passed, every ordinary Tuesday, every conversation, every single detail. The human mind would drown in information. Instead, it keeps what seems useful. Patterns, lessons, warnings, connections. Perfect accuracy was never the goal. Helping you navigate tomorrow was. Maybe that's why painful memories stay with us. Maybe that's why joyful moments shape who we become. Memory isn't trying to trap you in the past. It's trying to prepare you for the future. The real danger isn't that memory changes. The real danger is believing it never does. Because certainty feels exactly like truth, even when it isn't. The moment we stop questioning our memories, we also stop questioning ourselves. So the next time you find yourself saying, "I remember exactly what happened," pause for just a moment and ask yourself one quiet question. Am I remembering the event or the story my mind has been rewriting ever since? Because your memories don't just preserve your past, they shape your identity, the people you trust, the fears you carry, the choices you make. Understanding memory isn't about discovering that your brain is broken. It's about realizing your mind has always been doing something extraordinary. Not recording your life, but constantly rewriting it into the story of who you believe you are. And perhaps understanding yourself begins by understanding that story. The Decoded Mind. Out.